Hey there, welcome back to the Declarative Academy, your go to channel for mastering Salesforce without writing a single line of code. Today, we're diving into an essential security feature restricting login hours and IP ranges. Whether you're prepping for a certification or looking to bolster your organization's security, this module has got you covered. In this module, you'll learn how to restrict when and where users can log in to your Salesforce organization, determine the levels of access users have to various objects, set up a data access model using role hierarchy, sharing, and teams, control the levels of access users have to specific fields. By the end of this video, you'll have the skills to secure your Salesforce org effectively, ensuring that your data remains safe and accessible only to the right people at the right times. Let's set the stage with a real world scenario. Meet John Wiseman, the CEO of AW Computing. John is concerned about the security of their Salesforce data and wants to minimize the risk of unauthorized access. Not everyone in the organization should have the same level of access. For instance, support users should only be able to log in during standard office hours and exclusively from the company network. On the other hand, other users should have 24/7 access, whether they're on the company network or connected via VPN. John has called upon your admin expertise to tackle this challenge. In this project, you'll learn how to secure your Salesforce organization by meticulously controlling what data your users can access and when they can access it. Let's get started. Throughout this module, we'll revisit this org chart to see how we can set access at each level, be it field, record, or object. This layered approach ensures comprehensive security across your Salesforce environment. All right, let's jump into the nitty-gritty. We'll start by restricting login hours for the support profile and then move on to restricting login IP ranges. Step 1. Restrict login hours on the support profile. Navigate to Setup. Click the Setup gear icon in the top right corner of Salesforce. Select Setup from the drop-down menu. Great. Now that we're in Setup, let's move forward to access the profiles. Access Profiles. In the Quick Find box on the left, type Profiles and select Profiles. Profiles are essential as they define the permissions and access levels for users. Next, we'll select the specific profile we want to modify. Select the support profile. Click on Custom. Support profile from the list of profiles. Excellent choice. Now, let's edit the login hours for this profile to ensure support users access Salesforce only during appropriate times. Edit login hours. Scroll down to the login hours section. Click New and set up the schedule as follows. Sunday, 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. Note, ensure the time zone is set to Pacific Time, America, Los Angeles. If it's not, adjust the organization's time zone. Go to Setup, Company Information, Edit. Under Local Settings, set the default time zone to Pacific Time, America, Los Angeles. Click Save. Setting the correct time zone is crucial to ensure that the login hours align with your organization's operating hours. Once that's done, let's save these changes. After setting the login hours, click Save to apply the changes. Fantastic. The login hours are now restricted for the support profile. Next, we'll move on to restricting the IP ranges. Step 2. Restrict the login IP range on the support profile. Navigate to Login IP ranges, still within the custom. Support profile, scroll down to the Login IP ranges section. Click Add IP ranges. By restricting IP ranges, we ensure that users can only log in from trusted networks. Let's enter the necessary details. Enter IP details. For the start IP address and the end IP address, just copy and paste from the brief For the description, San Diego. Note: for demonstration purposes, we're allowing all IP ranges. In a real-world scenario, you'd specify a more secure and realistic range based on your organization's network. It's important to tailor these IP ranges to your actual network to enhance security. Once you have entered the details, let's save them. Click Save to apply the IP range restrictions. And that's it. You've successfully restricted both the login hours and IP ranges for the support profile, enhancing your Salesforce org's security. Hands-on challenge. Ready to put your skills to the test? Let's dive into a hands-on challenge where you'll implement what we've just covered. In this challenge, we'll walk through restricting login hours and IP ranges for a different profile. Let's say the sales profile. Follow along step by step to reinforce your learning. Ready to get started? Scroll down and launch the playground now to begin your challenge. Step 1. Launch your Salesforce org. Once you're in your Salesforce environment, let's get started with restricting login hours. Step 2. Restrict login hours for the sales profile. Click the Setup gear icon in the top right corner. Select Setup from the drop-down menu. We're right back in Setup. Now, let's access the profiles to modify the sales profile. In the Quick Find box on the left, type Profiles and select Profiles. Profiles define user permissions. Let's find and select the sales profile next. Select the sales profile. From the list, click on Custom Sales Profile. Great. Now, let's set up the login hours for the sales profile. Edit login hours. Scroll down to the login hours section. Click New and configure the schedule as follows. For Sunday, 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and finally for Saturday, 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. Note: ensure the time zone is set to Pacific Time, America, Los Angeles. If not, adjust it as we did earlier. Go to Setup Company Information, Edit. Under Local Settings, set the default time zone to Pacific Time, America, Los Angeles. Click Save. Accurate time settings ensure that access aligns with your business hours. Let's save these login hours. Click Save to apply the login hour restrictions. Awesome. The sales profile now has restricted login hours. Next, we'll set up IP range restrictions. Step 3. Restrict the login IP range for the sales profile. Navigate to Login IP ranges. Within the custom sales profile, scroll down to the Login IP ranges section. Click Add IP ranges. Restricting IP ranges adds an extra layer of security. Let's input the necessary details. Enter IP details for the start IP address and the end IP address. Like before, copy details from the brief. Description: company network. Note: replace these IP addresses with the actual range used by your organization's network. Ensuring the IP range matches your company's network prevents unauthorized access. After entering the details, let's save them. Click Save to apply the IP range restrictions. And just like that, the sales profile now has both login hours and IP range restrictions in place. Step 4. Verify settings log in as restricted user. Attempt to log in as a user assigned to the sales profile outside the set login hours or from an unauthorized IP address. This step ensures that the restrictions are functioning as intended. If configured correctly, the user should be unable to log in outside the designated hours or from an IP address outside the specified range. Successful verification means your settings are correctly enhancing your org's security. Great job. By completing this hands-on challenge, you've not only reinforced your understanding, but also taken a significant step towards securing your Salesforce environment. Now, to ensure you fully grasp the concepts, head back to Trailhead and verify the steps you've learned. Keep up the excellent work. If you found this video helpful, Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the Declarative Academy for more Salesforce tips and tutorials, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. We'd also love to hear your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation. Thank you for joining me today. Keep up the great work on your Salesforce journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay declarative.